one game. Jesus, that was fast. Revive Siege. Fucking hilarious, man. Even though there's no her in this. Dami lamok po. Alcoholic. Okay. Last lang Sage sa kabila. Oh, na yung pickups to. Kuja siya. Anong oras na ba? Mag-11 na pala. Hindi ko pala pwedeng i-stream yun, no? Yung RE4 pwede kasi malik yung ano. Or at least kailangan ko 3 monitors. Isang monitor para sa on top mid. Lakas na itong mga kasama. Up tayo. Probably should go to bed. So tired. B. Hit niya pa ako. Hit niya pa ako doon.
Can I have a sheriff Omen?
Tugs. Select naman ako. Wow. Okay. Top it. Might be going short. One's in. One heaven, heaven. One tree. They're going there.
ここよ。
最後の一人だ。
78 on raise. Nice try. My bad.
大丈夫。私がついています。
Nantok na akong puta. Please help. One's in. Naglagay siya ng tare. Nakasa.
Back on that. Hold on.
Welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and the voice for print. Well, the tears are flowing. They are so salty and delicious. And tasting the delicious tears of the leftist feminist activist news site BuzzFeed going bankrupt and laying off everybody. So all these green and blue and red-haired people are out looking for new jobs. You'll notice the model I found does not look like any of them.
Going short.
Because she doesn't have a bunch of tattoos or piercings. And she's actually in shape and pretty, so that's not like anything that is actually on the website. So we're going to start here. The distribution of headline themes. I'm just going to touch on a bunch of stuff here. They talk a lot about numbers like astrology, food, emotional trust, social media sites, emotion, funny, gender, women, female celebrities, and they basically say sex, beauty, but they over time they turned into a rather lefty kind of
fuck. Timing.
Website. And as I've talked about finances for the last, I don't know, year or two, every once in a while I do a video where I say, guys, here's the thing with the interest rates going up and with venture capitalism drying out because people can't keep giving money away for free.
Yep.
They're going to stop giving away money. And when that happens, there's a lot of zombie companies such as Vice and BuzzFeed and Huffington Post and some of these others that are going to dry up and go away. And I've said it multiple times, and the proof is right here in the pudding. I'm going to read this financial stuff, and then we'll get to the main story. But they say they did some cuts and layoffs and things.
Top mid.
But they raised $3.5 million in 2008.
One's low.
And again, ventures, that's venture capitalism. In 2011, they earned $15.5 million in funding from new enterprise associates, Lehrer Ventures, Hearst Interactive, SoftBank, and content. That's again venture capital. It's free money. It's like giving money to expect a return. And they say in 2014 they raised $50 million from venture capital. And said more than double the previous round of funding.
Two guys there.
850 million.
Back foot. Nice.
And then we come down here, NBC.
Bakit pala pag ano, naglalaro ko ng Resident Evil.
Universal made a 200 million equity investment. So they were never profitable. It's just it looks like a bunch of other companies gave them money. In 2017, I think they did another venture capital thing, and they talked about various different, you know,
Inang smoke yan. Bulag. Tok.
acquisitions and stuff. And BuzzFeed announced that they would acquire Huffington Post in a stock deal. So HuffPost, and I have to think at some point, is also going to drift away. But what makes this so funny are the women that write all the horrible headlines that I've read many times. They're making fun of men and lifting up empowered, strong women, telling everybody that anybody that dislikes anything or doesn't agree with the LDHD TV community is evil and
Nice.
toxic.
Killed 2 guys with a
Anybody
fire.
that doesn't believe everything is being pushed today. And now they're on their way out. And there's a lot more venture capital stuff I could post from here, but it doesn't matter. BuzzFeed.
Jet slow.
Company to make substantial money. Not only are BuzzFeed News closing, but the company that I guess owns them is going to make layoffs. That's the first sign of being in survival mode, saving money. BuzzFeed is shutting down what remains of its award-winning news department. Might have been, but they might have gotten an.
Saan yun? Ah, wala yun. Ay, hard. Pick kayo. Ako mag-isa. Init, putang ina.
No, you've been drinking a lot. You want to talk about it? Yeah.
So bad, mommy. Your influence is going crazy.
I did nothing. She is a devil.
I'll ace, bro. I'll ace if you raise me right now. I'll ace.
Too late now. I got the jet kill.
No, he'll come back. Don't worry.
Oh my.
I get it.
What is if he's seeking me?
Yeah, what is that? Okay.
If he's seeking me!
Say it fast.
Wait, Pomo.
Which one, Pomo? Pomo, it says fuck me.
SBK me.
You Janus? Oh, I know my cock.
I love my cock. Don Peter?
Now, I feel like I'm getting better at these now. I'm getting better at spawning.
Enormous.
Thank you, Pomo.
Pomu always says them out loud.
Okay, but Alvin, that one's not even subtle. He wrote chubby cocks with a COX.
What's everything?
Oh, them awesome big one. Yeah, that's like a phrase thing. That sounds like someone from the Midlands. Never from
I'm tweeting this. I'm tweeting this.
My friend testicles.
I'm tweeting this, everyone. Duo the carrier down.
That's like a normal name.
Why is everybody giving me the weird reaction?
I'm sure. Hey.
When I looked at that, my brain just went Bunir.
Bunir.
What is it?
I can't
My
find
Dixie
them.
Red. My Dixie Red.
Good to know.
I spank myself. I spank.
Dick
I love Dick Snoop.
I spank myself. Gino? Barry McCulloch?
Barry McCulloch.
Don't say it, Vulgar.
Wait, say it again?
Say it again.
Barry McCulloch.
Oh, it's like my cock in her, but it's like, yeah.
Oh!
I need a BJ
I
now.
need a VJ now.
I need a DJ now. There you go.
Wait, what is Aura G?
You're a
Right,
beat
more.
sauce.
Sync out
Hey,
Nef.
would you blow me? Oh.
I
What
like
is
that
a
you.
hater?
I respect that you say them with no fear, only to like repercussions comes later.
Bill Asper.
No hiding it at this point. Just ask them.
Why the Disney?
Jet low. Top mid.
Lost the pussy.
That's a composer.
Still there. Nento. Nice.
Real man. Oh my
Oliver Closer. Alpha Q now.
Hey, what's Oliver close up?
All of your clothes off.
Oh.
Maybe balls.
Maybe.
Kiss my butt. Groovy wiener. See more butt.
It's in the Reddit. They put it on.
Generation of graphics cards kicked off with the 4090, the $4 by the end of the year.
I think the 7900
$7,900.
$700 by Christmas or $700.
And if it really wants to be exciting, down to like $650 or $600, which I'm not sure if that'll happen, but because its performance for $900 and 2 years of waiting for a generation wasn't anything that impressive. We see here that it was about the performance of a 3090 Ti, like pretty much an exact match. That isn't the only card from this generation that has already dropped in price even so soon after its launch. The RTX 4080 was basically another flop, and it has been lower than this. I've seen it for $1,160, but this card's MSRP is $1,200. It hasn't really taken that long for it to go down in price, especially when there's basically no competition at this $1,200 mark. The most recent one was the RTX 4070. This launched just like a week ago. Typically when you see a graphics card launch, it's pretty much sold out. It's a top seller. All of these cards are still at MSRP and it doesn't really seem like people are buying them. You even see here from a possible rumor from Igor's lab, there is
敵残り1名
油断は禁物です。足をすくわれますよ。リロード中。リロード中。
さて始まるぞ
One here.
残念ね。
敵残り1名
I'm not quite sure where that. Oh, nice.
There is a rebate promotion that is possibly coming to consumers. You might be able to give your card, if it was an MSRP price 4070, you might be able to get a rebate of $50 on those cards. That means that you're basically buying it for $550. It seems like the card would probably be a really attractive buy at about $500, the same price of the RTX 3070 of last generation. So this really brings up the question of what's coming next. Now we have barely any word on AMD, so I'm just not going to talk about AMD's lower end SKUs yet. But the RTX 4060 and 4060 Ti have had quite a bit of leaks already. Now here are what the rumored specs look like for the RTX 4060 and 4060 Ti. But if we're going anything off of what these other cards are looking like, 4070 seems to be very, very close in comparison to the 3080. 4070 Ti seems to be really close to a 3090, like basically the same card. So if we could assume anything, it's that the 4060 and 4060 Ti, the 4060 Ti is probably going to be looking like around a 3070 Ti to a 3070 in performance, and the 4060 would be around 3070 to 3060 Ti in performance. Logically, as you get on the stack, you would think that it'd be 4070 at $600, 4060 Ti at $500, 4060 at $400. Maybe they've had to adjust this card at a rumored price of $450 just because they had to drop the price of the 4070. The scariest part about this is I still don't think this $450 is going to be enough, because if this card performs anywhere in the range of a 3070 to 3070 Ti, and if we look at these rumored specs,
哦。 It's shotgun.
最後の一人だ A でキャリアダウン
チャージがない
いいか俺の炎に巻き込まれるなよ難しすぎてわかんねえ
I wanna play CS. Maybe he's practicing Cypher. Why would you cage us pushing, by the way? Cage them, not us.
了解
of it that it's supposed to have 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Know anything about the 3070 and 3070 Ti, you know that that is a problem, okay? That is not enough VRAM to even run some of the latest games that are coming out this generation, let alone what's going to come out in a few years. That is just not enough. So these cards might be dead on arrival, and I hate to say that and just be a doomer, but I'm honestly like, how did they make the same mistake twice? Because the 3070 already had just the same VRAM of a graphics card that was in its same family 6.5 years ago. Same with the RX 480 that came out in that same generation. I can't imagine that they make this mistake again, and it just disappoints me a lot. That they're supposed to come out in May. This hardware is probably already final, and GPU leaks, all of these 4070 leaks were completely accurate. It would surprise me if these were wrong. These cards, I think, need to come in even cheaper, because you can't release a 4060 Ti that has maybe around 3070 performance at almost the same price, and it still only have 8 gigabytes of VRAM. I think it would be an attractive card at about $400, and I think the 4070 would be an attractive card at $500.
If the 4070 costs like what, $340, I might consider buying one. It's just too expensive, I'm saying. I mean, sure, inflation, fine. $400, $450, but there.
You got you.
敵残り1名。
マイクを設置。
I think it went from mid. Check short. Oh, never mind, he was there. One more. Sto rompere.
It also makes me think that maybe these leaks don't have the entire picture. Maybe they are going to release another card, like a 4060 Ti 12 gigabyte edition that also has, just so that you buy that one instead. Basically.
Right side.
Both shotgun.
Meanwhile, in mid lane,
like a little upsell. It wasn't even that long ago in the RTX 30 series, they released a 3060 which had 12 gigabytes of VRAM, which actually technically had more VRAM but at a lower speed than what the RTX 3080 had. The 3080 launched with 10 gigabytes versus 12 gigabytes in the 3060. They had to make the 3060 an attractive offer in some way because it was significantly slower than the 3060 Ti. But the 3060 Ti only had 8 gigabytes of VRAM, so it's like, oh, do you get more VRAM or do you get the 3060 Ti with less but it's faster? Win back some consumer trust. They really need to offer these cards at a much lower price at 8 gigabytes of VRAM because obviously they're gonna have problems in games. Now you guys are all gonna talk about the pricing and everything. I am aware that inflation is a thing. Like if you were to take $500 even just a couple years, almost 3 years ago now, in 2020, in October, back when the 3070 released, if you calculate this to March of 2023, and it's about worth $580 now. But the thing about it, if Nvidia and AMD want these graphics cards to sell, they have to make them exciting to the consumer. And to be honest, the average consumer doesn't feel the effect of inflation until a way longer time than the companies do. So they want these cards to be attractive to people and actually sell, then they still have to price them low, and maybe their margins aren't as big, but they have to take that hit if they want to sell the cards. It's almost looking like they don't want to sell the cards. And I have a theory of why that's the case. Especially off of this last generation, AMD and Nvidia were coming off of the chip shortage and obviously the mining boom, which was obvious that they could price cards extremely high. If you're in a company, you're a public company that wants to impress your investors and you want to make profit just in general for your company, it is in AMD and Nvidia's best interest to try to maintain those margins. That is precisely why they started these cards at higher prices, because you can't start low and then sell them higher later on, but you can start them high and start to drop the price. The only cost that it has to the companies is their reputation, basically. So they sacrifice part of their reputation with the consumer and their trust to try to make some more money. And it doesn't seem like that worked, and now we see that the price of the cards are starting to come down, especially with like the VRAM being a big problem and everything, and the prices being out of whack. It wouldn't surprise me, and Nvidia has done this before with the 20 series, is they did a mid-season or mid-release refresh with the super cards in order to basically make an excuse, price the super cards at the MSRP of what the old cards were, and then drop the price of the old cards, and maybe the super cards would have more VRAM. Who really knows? That'd be a good option for a lot of people. That'd also artificially bring down the price of the older cards, which had bad MSRPs to start. And then those cards, like the 4070, might actually look attractive at that point. What if we got a 4070, let's say the 4070 Super, if that does happen, went down to $500 or even $450. And all of a sudden, that sounds like a really good buy. People after value and stuff, it doesn't seem like they're that interested.
Nakapilot yung account ng Cypher. Kasama yata siguro yan. Siguro kasama ng jet yan. Whoa, what just happened? Yari. Siguro nag-ano yun. Check short. What? Okay.
マッチポイント。敵は必死だ。それを逆手に。これがいる。
I should probably move to an AMD card, but there's no 70 series. Shut your mouth. Fuck. Dalawang Odin. Tag 40 on Gecko.
wing it.
チャージがねえ。いけ。
何を企んでいても全てお見通しだ。
4 days ago, I made a segment talking about this weirdo, this freakazoid, Bony Bond, whatever, who threatened Pikame's life boldly on Twitter.com, publicly, no shame at all. Thank you all very much for tuning into that segment. I appreciate it greatly. And now I want to give you an update. People began reporting Bond, whatever account, and they actually tried to delete the tweets, cover their tracks. You know, at first they were like, they were already getting backlash. They didn't delete it. Then I had to do too much of it. So they tried to delete it, but it wasn't enough. Turns out they still ended up losing their entire account, so suspended. You can see in this tweet, this person posted a message they got from Twitter, and it turns out a number of people apparently reported that tweet. No surprise, really, so well done, all of you. Look, it's a death threat, and a lot of times when they're not serious, people don't, like, back them up. That doesn't mean they're okay. It's one thing if you have, like, a circle of friends like that, and all of them say you're, like, gaming or something, and you say
I hate
stuff
this
like
game.
that to each other. It's one thing. But if people say stuff like that about strangers on the internet that they don't know, they should be surprised if it doesn't end well. Especially if they target someone like Pikachu. Let's go back to that notice from Twitter and read it in full, and then I'm going to show you that it doesn't even end there. It actually gets even worse for that Bond person. Violation found. We suspended Bond whatever's account for breaking our hateful conduct rule. We found they broke
Why
our
would
hateful
you
conduct rule through
threaten
taking
Pikachu?
reports.
She's like the nicest girl.
They aren't allowed to create new accounts. We let people know that they've been suspended.
Why?
The safety rules they broke, and which content broke our rules. Thanks again for bringing this to our attention. So I don't know if this is legit. I don't know if this actually happened, but apparently this person reported Bond whatever to the cops. It's like there's gonna be people knocking on your door. You imagine getting pinched because you freaking threatened some woman VTuber online with death threats? Like, oh my god. I don't even think I have anything else to say on this, man. What the heck? Some people got a little too comfortable with saying stuff about others online. Let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. As always, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the comments, and of course,
Break the glass.
壁を展開
Oh, can you open the door? Oh shit. Fuck.
逃げた方がいいかもね。
No.
ディフェンダーの勝利。
I'm done.